It's probably the craziest day of my life in nursing experience. I just have a patient who jumped out the fucking window. The window. What's up, what's poppin', and wagwan YouTube. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are already part of my family, thank you so much for being here once again today. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Kiara Selena. I'm a licensed practical nurse, and on my channel I mainly talk about nursing and health, but we also do a bit of beauty, vlogging, and lifestyle. So if you're into any of those things, consider joining the gang by banging on that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post future content, and we have lit content here every single week, so don't miss out. In today's video, I know you guys already saw the title, and that's probably what caught your eye. This is not clickbait, guys, so make sure you stay till the end of the video. But before we start the story time, I just wanted to give my shout outs. You guys know that in my Yoni Steam video, I had just hit 20,000 subscribers, and I did say that from now on, I will be giving shout outs to all of my supporters because you guys show me love, and I just think it's only fair for me to show you guys love back. I know how hard this YouTube game is. I know how hard it is to kind of, grow an audience and get where you want to be on YouTube. I'm not even where I want to be on YouTube, but I do see the growth in my channel, and I want to share that with you guys. So if you guys do want to get a shout out in my next video, you guys have to send me a screenshot proving to me that you are subscribed with your notification bell on and that you follow me on Instagram, and I will put your name down and try to include you in my next video. So let's do today's shout out. The first shout out goes to Nurse Amy. She reached out to me quite a while ago. She seems like a really nice person. I watched some of her content. She has a lot of knowledge to share. She's also a nurse. Her name on Instagram is Nurse Amy, and she's also known as Nurse Amy on YouTube. So make sure you guys go and please show her support, subscribe to her YouTube channel, and turn your notification bells on, and also follow her on Instagram. So the next shout out goes to a girl named Monique, who also reached out to me for a shout out. So thank you a lot for your support, Monique. Her Instagram, I'm gonna leave it here because her Instagram is her Instagram name is a little complicated. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but this is her Instagram right here, I don't know. And her name on YouTube is Mo Natural. She is a Jamaican girl, so support your Caribbean people, okay? And yeah, she does challenges and tutorials and a whole bunch of fun stuff. I also looked at her channel, so if you're into like challenges and tutorials and stuff like that, go and support her, subscribe to her YouTube channel, and turn on your notification bells on her YouTube channel as well. Let's get into the story. So for those of you who don't know, I do work in two different places. They are both residences. In one place, I do office nursing, and in the other place, I do more bedside nursing. And I've been really a lot more at the bedside lately. I know that I said that I was tired of the bedside, but some stuff happened, at the other place, and I just picked up extra hours at, the other residence where I'm doing more bedside. So the way the facility is set up, and I also have a day in the life of a nurse video if you guys want to see kind of what a day in my life is as a nurse, so I will leave that down below. But the way the facility is set up, it's mainly a facility for autonomous people, but we do have a closed unit for people who are a lot more advanced in their dementia, or for people who just need a little more help, right? Because they can't really stay at home, either because they're not really able to keep up with their hygiene, they're not really, they forget to eat, things like that. Just your typical like Alzheimer's, dementia types of stuff, right? So we had this lady, and she got admitted to our unit. She was living, at home, and, she kind of started losing her autonomy. It wasn't really safe for her to be home on her own, and her family couldn't always be with her. So unfortunately, they had to admit her to the unit. And she came to our unit. She's a very sweet lady. She remembers how to do most things. She's just a little more confused when it comes to like orientation, when it comes to knowing where she is, knowing the time, and things like that. But she's a very sweet lady, pretty much autonomous, able to dress and do her stuff by herself, cleans her room by herself. Just once again, confused as to, where she is and stuff. And for those of you who are gonna come and talk to me about HIPAA, I am not going to share any information that will allow anybody to determine who this person is, okay? I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say anything like that. I'm just sharing a story, and there's nothing wrong with sharing a story. Nurses share their stories all the time. So please keep your HIPAA comments to yourself, all right? So This lady got admitted to our unit, and she hasn't been on the unit for that long. I'm not going to say how long she's been there for, but it really has not been that long. And, every day she asks the same questions. She wants to go home. She thinks she's going to catch a bus to go home. And we kind of orient her. You guys know, for those of you who are nursing, for those of you who are nurses or CNAs or, home health aides, sometimes you don't really want to lie to your patient, but when they're a little too disoriented, sometimes you kind of have to go with their flow to not trigger too much anxiety, right? So I wasn't going to I knew she was a little confused about where she was, but I didn't want to smack her with the truth, because I didn't want to make her anxious or get her nervous. So I kind of just went with her story, told her that the bus is going to be coming tomorrow, because I knew she wasn't going to remember tomorrow, but I told her that the bus would be coming tomorrow, and that she can go get ready for bed. And that I would come and personally wake her up in the morning to make sure that she's ready to, go on the bus or whatever. It's the same exact story every single day. And we all say the same thing to her every single day. And that is the only thing that tends to really calm her down, because she tends to get a little anxious. So one day, that's pretty much the backstory about this lady. So one day, I go into work. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out. I'm done my supper rounds of medication, and I go on my break. And it's a really nice place. So there's swings and everything outside, and I'm outside on the swings, and I'm eating and I'm chilling. And then I get a page, and I get 3 pages, and then the phone rings, because I have a work cell phone. So I pick up the work cell phone, and the receptionist is like, yeah, you need to go upstairs because apparently somebody's trying to jump out the window. Child, when I tell you, I almost got a heart attack outside. I almost choked on my food. I almost got a heart attack. I was about ready to die, because I was just no, this is just too wild. Most of my experience is in geriatrics. I don't doubt my critical thinking skills. I don't doubt my nursing abilities, but I've only been a nurse for about, it's about to be a year. So I've been a nurse for a year now. And, I don't know, there's just certain situations that is just I don't know if I'm ready. But anyway, I'm the only nurse in the building, because that's the way our building is. It's one nurse for the entire building. However, I'm not giving medication to the entire building. Not everybody needs me to go give them their medications. They are mostly autonomous, so they're able to take their medications on their own. I probably have about 25 patients to myself, which is normal, and I never have a bad day. I'm usually really chill, and I usually finish my work at least 2 hours before my shift actually ends, so I always have time to sit down and relax and chill and watch TV and stuff before it's time for me to go home. But this lady falls down. This lady is about to jump out the window, and so I run upstairs, and I guess the CNAs upstairs had already received the call. So when I get upstairs, everybody's running around in the rooms trying to figure out who the hell is about to jump out the window, because bystanders that were outside saw this lady about to jump out. By the time we found out who it was, she had already jumped. She had jumped out the window. But luckily, we weren't too high up. We're on the second floor. It's a pretty freaking tall building, so even the second floor is pretty high. I would be scared to jump out of the second floor. And the thing that's really weird as well is that our windows on the second floor, they're small. The other people have big, large windows and, sliding doors, and they can go on the balcony and stuff, because once again, they're autonomous. But the people on the second floor don't have that, because we know the risk of falls, right? They knew the risk. So they have really, really thin windows that you can kind of wind open and close. And you really have to be a small person and wiggle your way out to get out of there. And that is what this lady did. She literally went through the window and wiggled herself out and fell. Now, luckily, there were 3 people outside, the 3 people who saw her about to jump out, and they ran to the window, and luckily they were able to kind of catch her as she jumped out. So I see this lady, I grab my vital sign machine, I grab everything, and I'm running. I already have 911 on the line, because, I need them to come get this lady transferred immediately. I need her to get scans immediately, because this lady is on anticoagulants, and she just jumped out the freaking window, and she's 80 something years old. Child. I run downstairs with my machine. By the time I got downstairs, there was really nothing I could do. The situation was completely taken over by paramedics because they were there in 2 seconds. I have never seen paramedics come to a place so fast for geriatric patients, but obviously the situation was different. Someone just jumped out the window. So they were there, stat, 3 police cars outside, stat, like they were not playing. So there was nothing really, like I didn't really get to do anything because once again, the situation was completely handled by the paramedics. As for the lady, I did notice that she was a lot more confused, and for some reason I realized that she was a little more hard of hearing than usual, which was definitely kind of stressful to me. That worried me a little bit because usually she has no problem hearing, and usually she understands. She's able to hold a conversation even though she's, even though she has Alzheimer's, she still understands what you're saying and she's able to respond correctly. The only thing, once again, is orientation as from to person, place, and time, basically. But she's still able to understand you and respond to you correctly. And she was really talking a bunch of gibberish. She couldn't really hear us properly. And luckily, she was okay. Her vital signs were actually excellent when she jumped out the window. The only thing is that I think she hurt her leg. I'm not sure exactly what happened to her leg. She has not been, they did not bring her back, and I do not think they will be bringing her back. She will probably most likely go to geriatric psych for a while, just so that they can determine what exactly caused her to do that. Because they're trying to figure out, is this a suicide thing? Did she see something that scared her? Did somebody say something to her that scared her? So the police are investigating with the cameras, and they're probably going to send her to psych to maybe see if she's having any type of hallucination or anything, because apparently when the people outside were telling her not to jump, she was saying that she had to do it for some reason. So she's definitely gonna go, probably. I'm assuming, this is not what was said to me, but I'm assuming that would be the logical thing for them to do, to really try to determine if there's more than Alzheimer's, if there's a psych issue, not just a cognitive issue, but like a psychological issue. So the lady was fine. Luckily, her legs are hurt. That is the last I heard of her. We haven't really gotten much of a follow-up yet. I haven't really been updated on what is going on, but that was probably the scariest day in my entire nursing experience. I did work in home health care. I did work as a CNA for 2 years, and I've been a nurse for a year. So I would say that I have about 4 years of experience in the medical field. 1 year nursing experience, but 4 years in the medical field, and that is definitely the wildest thing I've ever seen. But I'm really, really happy that she is okay, or that she was okay during the fall. I hope that she is still okay. But that is just the craziest thing that has ever happened to me. So that is the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think about the story, and share the craziest things that has happened to you guys. What are the craziest things that you guys have experienced in your nursing experience? Share your crazy stories with me. I absolutely love hearing stories like that. And also share how you handled the situation, right? Because we can all learn something from one another. And if you experience something that I haven't yet experienced, and you kind of help me know how you handled the situation, maybe if I'm put in a similar situation, I'll be able to also handle the situation, better, learning from your experience. So what is the craziest thing you have ever experienced in nursing? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about the story. If you like the story and you want to see more story times, don't forget to like, share, and let me know in the comments. And if you are not yet part of the family, please make sure you join the gang by banging on that subscribe button once again. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because you do not want to miss out on these videos. We are lit over here. Thank you so much for watching. Much love, guys, and stay safe.